and a much more comfortable touchpad. We care about the displays. We care about the resolutions which people get on those displays. And those will all be part of the specified reference hardware components here. We really want to make sure we get compelling devices out in the marketplace. And again, this is about a year away. Let's go to the next slide. The primary reason we are here today is I'm very excited to announce as of today, the code is open. We are completely going to be developing this in the open from now on, which means Google developers and external developers work off the same tree. We will not be here today. It wouldn't be possible for us to do what we are doing today were it not for several large open source projects. We are incorporating components from many open source projects. To name a few, the Linux kernel, Ubuntu, Moblin, WebKit, etc. So thanks to all those people who have contributed to these great projects. We really hope you continue contributing to those, because everything we do, we are going to be good open source citizens and commit the code back upstream so that others benefit as well. And given the new model of computing we are trying to achieve, we really hope, we are looking forward to feedback from the open source community. So if you're a web developer, we really want you to take advantage of the new HTML5 capabilities and help write better web applications. If you're an operating system developer, if you're the kind who loves to build your own operating system, you need to buy a few of the netbooks which are available today. You need that. You need a screwdriver. You need a few components. And you can get Chrome OS up and running today. So we really are looking forward to your contributions. Before I wrap up, we went through a long presentation to try and explain to you what Google Chrome and Chrome OS is. Our marketing team took a look at it and said they thought the whole thing could be done in a very, very different and a much simpler way. So they worked with a set of external folks to produce a 3-minute video, which I think really helps explain what Chrome OS. So we will do the video, and then I'll come back for Q&A.
So, you are on the internet using a web browser. You know, that thing with the address bar and back button and bookmarks. That thing you're in right now, up there. Yeah, that's your web browser. If you're like me, when you're on your computer, you spend something like, I don't know, 90% of your time on the internet in a browser. There's emails, chatting, you're reading news, watching videos, playing games, you're buying things, just to name a few. Which kind of makes the web browser the most important program on your computer. And if you think about it, it hasn't always been this way. You see, web browsers were first designed a long time ago with the old internet in mind. You know, back when it was slow and mainly just words with links that just send you to more words with links, back before all of these innovations. So some guys at Google asked, what if we redesigned the web browser from scratch, with an eye towards the new web? You know, maps, video, and web apps that are a lot more dynamic. And so they created Chrome, a web browser that's crazy fast on today's internet. And it's sleek and more secure, but mostly it's really fast. I mean, my biggest question when I boot up my computer is how long till I get on the internet, right? I mean, if there isn't any internet, I might not even use my computer. Did you know that even the fastest computers will still take like 45 seconds to boot up? 45 seconds! You can make a sandwich in that time. So here's what's going on when your computer's booting up. There's this list of things to do, stuff I'm sure you don't care about, but it cranks through them one at a time. What you probably notice is that your programs begin loading up slowly, and if you're like me, as soon as you see your web browser icon appear, you're like double-clicking it over and over and over. Let's go, buddy, I got some emails to read. Well, all of this stuff is called your operating system. And over time, it gets rusty, and your once fresh computer gets slow. Well, Google was like, wait a second, if your operating system's a hassle and all you're really using it for is to get on your web browser, to get online, then maybe we don't need this anymore. What if when you pressed on, you were on the internet in seconds? What if your browser was your operating system? And so check this out. This means that you don't have to deal with managing programs or nagging updates or lost files or confusing settings or blue screens of doom, and there's no nagging updates. Just your browser. Which means you can still listen to music, you can watch movies, interact with friends, you're creating documents, you're playing games, you're writing your emails, you're doing all of this stuff that you were already doing on the internet. But here's the thing, none of this is stored on your computer. What? None of it, you ask? Yeah, none of it. Really nothing? Yeah, nothing is stored on your computer. Well, where is it? It's on the internet. You know, like when you access your emails from your computer and your phone. The email, it isn't stored on either device. So if everything's stored on the internet, then your phone, your computer, all of these devices are what people call stateless. which is kind of a big word, so maybe just remember this. Chrome is a totally rethought web browser, and you can download it right now on your computer. But Chrome OS is a totally rethought computer that lets you stop worrying about your computer so you could focus on the internet, which is what most of us use our computers for nowadays anyways.
Thanks. So we have some time for questions. I think the way I thought there were going to be mics. So there is a mic down here and a mic down here. So if you could, given we are webcasting this, would greatly appreciate it if you can walk, or if not, I'll repeat the question. Yeah, so there's a mic down there. Thank you. And there's a mic down there as well.
Hi, my name is Christian Grant. This is an amazing innovation, and it seems to make things easier for users. There just seems to be so many questions I have. One question would be, this seems to be, I mean, what is the focus group for this type of device? I mean, I could imagine, I mean, for example, I have this Android device at the moment, and they're the developers that are developing Android apps. So one question could be, can you run Android apps on Chrome OS? But another question I have is, I was joking with Larry Ellison about now the Android devices are becoming so powerful. I mean, soon there'll be a 1 gigahertz processor and 64 gigabytes of memory in the Android device. So I could move my data center to the Android device, so that becomes the cloud. So the other question is, could Chrome, would that be like a Chrome server solution? So it's not just the client device, but actually the cloud device. I think those are some of the questions I have, but
no, thanks.
Many more.
There are many interesting possibilities. I mean, we are clearly focused on first getting great netbooks out there, to be very clear. But the good thing of what you're pointing out is, I do think, even across Android, what we are doing, there are large innovations that are going on. They're all open source, and they all involve the community. And when you have open platforms like that, I think we are going to go through a paradigm shift in computing, which is what we are excited about. In terms of the other possibilities you're talking about, time will tell. So, next question.
Hi, Tom Krazit with CNET. If you're specifying hardware components, it would sound like you likely have a decent idea of what these things are going to cost. Can you give us some idea of what we can expect the Chrome OS netbook to cost next year?
So, no, you will hear those messaging from our partners as they come up with devices. We expect to have devices in the price ranges people are used to today. Having said that, it's tough to predict the hardware curve a year ahead of time. So we are focused on getting netbooks out there which are very easy to use, and so you will see larger netbooks than what you're seeing today. So we're working hard to accommodate a full-size keyboard, et cetera, as I just mentioned. But in terms of the price point, our partners will announce it next year.
Do you have a price target that you are specifying for your partners?
Sorry, what's the question?
Do you have a price target that you are asking your partners to hit?
No, we are not.
What's that notebook right there? The one you're running on?
I think that's an off-the-shelf ePC. So,
What model?
I don't know.
It's actually, we'll have all that information.
Sorry, let's
on the
repeat.
site.
Since people are on the webcast, Mike asked, "What's the netbook?" Which
Sure.
was which was on the demo, and we just responded. So let's go to. We'll keep swapping sites.
Couple questions. First of all, are you planning on for the APIs to be supporting the W3C work on Device API Working Group, supporting those standards? And second question, as I understand it, you're going to be specifying down to the component level what the device can use. If you're a manufacturer and would like to be included in that, is there a process to apply to be considered?
Let me answer the second part of the question first, and Matt will answer the API question. So in terms of if you go to, we have a lot of documentation on our website, and we've been reaching out to all the top partners by now. So we are reaching out pretty aggressively and trying to work with people. So for most partners, the information has already been trickling down. I mean, it's been going both ways between the two companies. We will also have plenty of documentation. For developers who want to try this out, if you come to our website, we have a page by which manufacturers can come and say which of their devices